Now look, man, couple of updates I want to talk about and a couple of interesting topics I also want to address, and mainly being Nasty C, releasing a new snippet of him, Black and MT, having a new song coming out, and Lucasraps scoring a couple of W's and also making a bit of a controversial statement, and then Cassper Nyovest and Pretty Ugly at it again. But yeah, let's get into it, man. On our first one, we do have Nasty C, who finally dropped a new snippet. I mean, he's been dropping snippets like crazy for the past couple of months. Some I'm excited for, some I'm not really excited for. But for me, what really bothers me is the fact that, I mean, he will be dropping this August, but I mean, he's been promising an album and a couple of mixtapes for a while now. I'm guessing there's some sort of quarrel between him and Def Jam. But I mean, there've been a lot of promises made on his part to the people in terms of dropping a lot of music, and he hasn't stuck by his word. So hopefully, when he finally delivers this project, it's gonna be a project that's well thought out, like pretty much a conceptual mixtape at least, even if it's not something extremely deep, but a themed mixtape that we can look forward to. Because we've been waiting for like the past 2 years now, I think. Hopefully he's gonna drop something dope that we can all be happy about. But this new snippet, man, is sounding dope. I'm gonna play it for you. I'm co-sided, having out the mad black and an all black fit. I'm go-sided, fucking with the cash back flip, no hands, I get entertained by it. Since you fucking with the eyelids, I know where I kinda have a slang on it. Making sure the phone make them home story, oh yeah, let them dance by it. Going to the front, to be honest, anytime I'm getting a real cash out. Checking up on my knees, like what's the fees? Cool, you can play on me, channel some fees, so it's shot, yeah. Put that on me, I'm Quakers with some pilots, let's go private, I'm about to get on G. She think I'm her stylist, bitch, you wild. This new snippet is sounding dope, and I do think that his partnership with MT and Black is just on some other level. So yeah, this is the new Nasty C snippet. It's called A, featuring Blackie and MT. On our next update, man, we do have Pretty Ugly and Cassper Nyovest, having a couple of exchanges. Well, in this case, it is Pretty Ugly, sending a couple of subliminals towards Cassper Nyovest. So Pretty Ugly came out with a tweet recently, right? This tweet said, "Hip hop, even when you were down and out, we still loved you. When it was unpopular to claim you, we still embraced you. When they made a mockery of you and they pushed you to the side, we lifted you up. In your shine, those who lurked in the shadows shouldn't take your light." Now, the reason why I'm saying this, there's been a couple of tweets by Cassper Nyovest that actually make me believe this might be something directed towards him, right? So earlier on, Cassper Nyovest came out with a couple of tweets, right? He said, "We need a big hip-hop event before the year ends, strictly hip-hop, Zone 6 type of event or Sun Arena. That shit would bang. Y'all coming?" And then he said, obviously, Cassper Nyovest is about to drop. Now, obviously, before this, a couple of months ago, Cassper was talking about he's coming back to hip-hop, and obviously on this new song that he dropped, I think about a month ago, where actually Fakalo Ice dropped the song on UA, he basically claimed that SA hip-hop was dead, and he's the one that is basically responsible for hip-hop's revival. Now, this obviously touched people the wrong way because hip-hop is currently doing amazingly well, because a lot of people have realized that the likes of Maglera Doughboy, Blackie, Tato Sal, Tyson Sabatelli have dropped amazing projects, and there have been a couple of hits. So now Cassper came out to sound a bit like he's trying to claim hip-hop. Therefore, I think that this tweet was actually directed towards Cassper, the tweet that was made by Pretty Ugly, and I think it's fair, man, and even though Pretty Ugly is right, I do think this tweet will bring some sort of attention to their upcoming match if they're really gonna fight. You never know with Cassper Nyovest, man. But either way, man, I do think this was the right response by Pretty Ugly, and anyone who really cares about hip-hop, SA hip-hop specifically. But you guys leave your thoughts in the comment section, man, And lastly, we are talking about Lucasraps, right? Lucasraps has a couple of things to celebrate. One, his album, or the deluxe version of his album, All Through One to the World, is currently the #1 SA hip-hop album, So a blog page called SA Hip Hop recently came out to post the top 15 SA hip hop albums on Apple Music, right? I'll just go through the top 5 and you guys can check out the rest of the top 15 on the screen. So at #1, we do have Lucasraps with 031 to the World. At #2, we do have a-reece with The Burning Tree. #3, we do have Tato Soul, Life is Gangster. #4, we have Blackie, Before Now, the Deluxe. And at number 5, we do have Sjava with Mkhele, right? I want to send a quick shout out to Lucasraps, because obviously for him, this hasn't been an easy journey in the SA hip hop landscape, on Twitter, on social media in general. He's been going through it. So this will, just give him some sort of a pat in the back to show that his hard work is actually paying off, And I think that's largely because there's been a lot of talk surrounding Lucasraps' name, So shout out to Lucas, man. And also, he has been featured on the Spotify playlist, the Hip Hop Circle, which a couple of guys from SA Hip Hop that are strong have made it to that playlist. Guys such as MT and a-reece and Nasty C. So shout out to Lucas, man. I think he's having a good week. This is something that's definitely going to motivate him to keep going, even though there's a lot of negativity driven towards his musical content, But now there's something else I want to address before I close this video. It's also concerning Lucasraps. So Lucasraps recently came out to drop a tweet concerning his album after he dropped that deluxe version of 031 to the World. He came out to tweet, "I dropped the hardest hip hop project. It's okay if you don't like me, I know you'll like it." Now, I like this confidence. I like how a rapper will affirm that I am the best. I don't mind that. But also, we have to stick to reality, man. It's not even the closest thing to being the hardest. If we talk about the hip-hop project that dropped this year, those projects make Lucasraps look like a novice, bro. They make him look like an amateur. Look at Tattoo Soul Life is Gangster. Look at Zuchi Coke Dope Anxiety Plus. Look at Touchline, Soon 2. Look at Tyson Sabatelli. These projects are high up there. Like, those are dope projects, conceptually strong. They have a couple of singles that worked with their specific audience, and they have an all-round thematically great album that has great content in it. I don't think Lucasraps is on that level. Lucasraps is a guy that can, has a lot of capability, but does not have the execution. And I'm doubting now his talent level will ever get to that point. He has the fundamental potential to be one of the greatest rappers, but he just doesn't have it in him yet. He doesn't have the skills, that can actually wow the audience. He doesn't have the material in his music that can actually capture the audience, his emotions, spirit, and connect with them on that level. And I think he still needs to find himself in the sense of where he's trying to go, what story he's trying to tell, because it's going to be extremely harder if he keeps on going like this. Because right now, Lucasraps just seems like a guy that's trying to have fun with rap, but that's not exactly rapping with the goal to make music that lasts amongst the people, right? And I think that's basically where he's falling short. And me saying that doesn't necessarily mean I think that project is whack. There's a couple of songs I really enjoyed. The Views with Nasty C is amazing. The song with Youngster is good, and the song with Black is also fire, but I just think that he needs to find himself and where he belongs in this rap game. But shout out to Lucasraps, man. That's what I have for this video. If you are new to the channel, to subscribe, like, comment, and share. I'm going game. Peace.